We're gonna have to write quite a example. Sorry about that, but we'll just do the one. Okay. Okay. Um, so yeah, that is more than I think I did have. And I only just have one or two.
Can I give you an announcement? But it's just a reminder, today is the last day that you can save your electric dance ticket. So please make sure that you have paid it by the end of the day. The carry app is open and I'm not opening it after today. Okay, I will answer all the emails that I've received over the past week and after I've asked so nicely not to email. I will answer it today. Okay.
I'd like you guys to do that first one on your own. You are able to. You've done questions like this before. So like you guys remember, it's a loan, so we're gonna have to use the present value formula. And they're asking for the number of months, so that's gonna be n. Right, so that's what you're gonna have to solve for in this question. You need to solve for n. Don't mind us. Yeah. You guys have an answer yet? No. South Africa, wonderful. Heritage Day, it's very, very time appropriate. Well done.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's from the side of
So you are gonna have to round up because there is gonna have to be a last payment, even though it's smaller. So I would write the comma something and then I would just say 40 months. Okay, let me show you guys my answer there. That's what I did. The first line is just where I wrote the formula, just a reminder that the formula looks like. I put this key on that side because I knew that what I need to solve for is in. But it's fine if you wrote it the other way around. Yeah.
We have to roll.
I'm gonna talk about that now. Yes, you are gonna have to. All right, so your P value, that's the, not P, X, sorry, that is the monthly payment that they told us. It's 24,000, the interest rate 10.5 compounded monthly, so that's over 1,200. That is in both spots there. And then the loan amount was 800,000. What I did first was I took 800,000 and I multiplied it by this interest, right? So that times 10.5 over 1,200, that is 7,000. Then I divided 7,000 by, oh, sorry, 24,000, and that gave me 7 over 24. Then I minus 1. And now because they're both negative, we can cancel the minuses off, right? So, and then guys, to get n on its own, but remember it's negative n in this formula, you have to do log. So you're going to have to say log, and then the base of the exponent is the base of the log. And then you take that other number. When you type that in, you get negative 39. You are meant to get a negative number here, right? Because it's negative n. So if you have negative n and you're getting a positive value here, then you've done something wrong. It has to be negative, negative. Because now again, the two negatives cancel each other out. So n would be 39,58 when I round it off there. But that doesn't mean that they're gonna pay at the 0.58 mark of the month, right? They are gonna make that last payment at the end of the next month. So you are going to actually have to pay this off over 40 months. So what this means, I'm just going to make a note on the side, is, and I think we did write this down last term before your exams. So this is going to be 39 full payments of 24,000 Rand. And one final payment which is going to be smaller than or less than 24,000. And that is what we're going to have to calculate next. We're going to actually have to calculate how much that last payment is going to. Yeah.
But not and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yes, you would go. Yeah. Because the question is asking how many months is it going to take. So you are going to have to put 40 minutes. Sorry. Sounds worse than it is. Okay, so that was A. Are there any other questions on this one, guys? All right, for B, let me just see my spacing here. In B, they are now asking us to calculate the final payment on the loan. All right, now guys, for this calculation, there are actually going to be two steps. So the first step, and I'm going to write it here, step one is going to be we are going to have to calculate the balance on the loan immediately after the last full payment, so the 39th payment. All right, so we're going to calculate the balance on loan. After 39th payment. So that is going to tell us how much this company actually still owes on the bus after they've made their last full payment, right? But are they going to pay that amount immediately? When are they going to pay that amount? At the end of that month, right? Or in a month's time. So once we have this balance, we're going to have to add 1 month's worth of interest to that amount still. Okay, because they're owing a specific amount, they obviously have to pay back what they owe, but they're not going to pay it back immediately. They're only going to pay it in a month's time. So we're going to then add 1 month's interest to that. So that's step 2, add 1 month's worth of interest to that balance. And that's basically it, guys. That's all we're gonna have to do. All right, and that is what you're always gonna have to do to find the final payment. Find the balance after the last full payment and then add 1 month worth of interest. Or if it was quarterly, you would add 1 quarter. All right, whatever the time period, you add just 1 more after. What formula do you guys think we're going to use for the second step? The normal A equals P bracket 1 plus I to the power of N formula. And your P amount is going to be the balance. All right, so you're going to add a month's worth of interest to that balance amount. So you can add that in. And then A will obviously be your final payment. Okay, so let's do that. Balance after 39 payments. Okay, so this is now that two-step calculation, right? Where you first take your loan amount, which was 800,000, and you add 39 months worth of interest to it. And then you are going to minus the future value of all the payments that you have actually made. I don't know if this was in your exam. Will you actually place it on this stuff? Was there a question like this? Oh, okay. So you might be a bit rusty on this, but we did do this before exam. So if you can't remember how to do this, you can just look back at that note. But you do the future value of all of the payments that you've made. You almost see it as if it's an investment that you've been making. All right, so we do our 1 plus 10.5 over 1200. Again to the power of 39. Then minus 1, and that is again over the interest rate. So this is the future value formula, guys. I'm just going to make a note there. Even though we're working with a loan, right? For the balance on loan, you have to take the future value formula for that portion. All right, let me quickly see what this is. Okay, I am getting 13,884. And 20%. But guys, this is rounded off. Remember, it's not the final answer. You need to put this in your calculator because it's actually that 13,884,199. Right, but I just rounded it to comma 20. So that's step one. Now you're going to say, therefore, final payment now this 13,000 rand is what they still owe after they've made their last 24,000 rand payment. But they're gonna have to pay a bit more than this because they're only paying that in a month's time. So we're gonna say 13,884,20. And then we are going to add 1 month's worth of interest. So we use our normal interest rate that they gave us. And that is just going to be to the final one. Because you don't actually even have to write. Okay, you can just close that bucket. So now you're going to use your answer button to calculate this amount. Let's see, I am getting 14,005 rand and 69 cents. It was kind of 686. Okay, how does that make sense, guys? Balance and then you add amount of interest. Right. I am going to give you guys a few of these to practice. Which I know it feels like you're done with school, but you just have to practice those things. So it's going to be exercise 4.9. And I'm also going to give you a few mixed finance questions because you weren't tested on everything that we have already done in the exam. So you might be a bit rusty on that stuff. And guys, finance is a nice section to get marks in, right? So it is actually important. I know it seems like it's an easy section, but it's good if you can get all those marks. It's quite nice. Let's say number 1. One and 4. The math movie is that the job. Yeah. What are you gonna do this work now? And we have to sort out portfolios. So like that. Okay, let's leave it at that. Number 1 and 2 of the checker skills, they are not super difficult, but they have like 4 questions in each. So I don't know how long it's going to take you guys to get through that. Should I put this first exercise on the board for you? I don't know if 4 is actually going to fit the C. Let's put 1 up. Nicholas!
No.
You're slipping! Yeah, it's only number 1 that I will be able to put on the board now, but maybe someone can just come take a picture and then put it on the group. Thank you, April.